Jerzy Janowicz, Jr. is a Polish professional tennis player and the current Polish #1 tennis player. Runner-up in 2 junior Grand Slam tournaments, Janowicz rose to fame on the pro circuit following his run to the final of the 2012 Paris Masters, during which he defeated 5 top 20 players, including US Open champion Andy Murray and world #9 Janko Tipsarević. The run made him the first man to reach the final of a Masters tournament as a qualifier since Guillermo Cañas as in 2007, and the first unseeded man to make the final at the Paris Masters since Andrei Pavel in 2003. He fell in the final to David Ferrer in straight sets. However, the run to the 2012 Paris Masters final enabled Janowicz to become the Polish #1 and crack the top 30, later reaching a career high of world #14 in August 2013. In 2013 he was awarded the Gold Cross of Merit by Polish President Bronislaw Komorowski. His current coach is Finnish former tennis player Kim Tiilikainen. Personal life: born in Lodz, Poland, Janowicz began playing tennis at the age of 5 after his parents introduced him to the sport. Father, Jerzy, and mother, Anna Slbert, were both professional volleyball players. Janowicz has named Pete Sampras as his inspiration. Janowicz is currently dating a Polish female tennis player, Marta Domakowska, who has a career-high WTA ranking number 37. Career, juniors. Janowicz inherits his athleticism and height from his parents, who were both volleyball players. Also, his parents were highly aggressive and very susceptible to letting their emotions take control of them, which Janowicz clearly inherits given his many controversial moments on the tennis court. At the age of 10 or 11, his parents sold off their chain of sports stores and apartments to support their son's training, recognizing that he had a future in tennis from a young age. As a junior, Janowicz posted a 59-23 win-loss record and reached a combined ranking of number 5 in the world in 2008. He reached the boys' singles final at the 2007 US Open and 2008 French Open, losing in straight sets to Rioardas Berankis and Yang Sung-hui, respectively. 2012, top 30 ATP ranking and breakthrough on ATP World Tour. Janowicz ended 2011 ranked 221 in the world. At the start of 2012 he couldn't play in the 2012 Australian Open due to lack of sponsorship. In February he was the runner-up in a challenger tournament in Wolfsburg, Germany. Later in the year he won 3 challenger tournament finals. At the 2012 French Open he got as far as the 3rd round of qualifying, but failed to make it into the actual tournament. At the 2012 Wimbledon Championships, he made it through the 3 rounds of qualifying to be in the main draw of a Grand Slam tournament for the first time, where he defeated a qualifier, Simone Bolelli, in the first round, Ernest Skulbys in the second, then lost to the 31st seed Florian Mayer in the third. At the 2012 US Open, he made it directly into a Grand Slam without having to compete in the qualifying rounds. He lost to young American wildcard Denis Novikov. In November 2012 Janowicz qualified for the main draw of the 2012 BNP Paribas Masters, an ATP 1000 tournament. He defeated the world #19, Philipp Kohlschreiber, in the first round, the world #14, Marin Oiya, in the second, and the world #3 and Olympic gold medalist and US Open champion, Andy Murray, in the third. He defeated Murray in 3 sets, saving 1 match point en route. He said afterwards, "This was the most unbelievable day in my life." In the quarter-finals he defeated world #9, Janko Tipsarević, to go on to play in the semi-finals where he beat Frenchman and world #20 Gilles Simon to reach his first ATP Tour level final. He was the first qualifier to do this since Andrei Pavel in 2003 and the first player to reach the final on his ATP World Tour Masters 1000 debut since Harold Levy in 2000. In the final he was defeated by 4th seed David Ferrer, but afterwards said, "I've got a lot of confidence right now. I learned if you have big heart and you want to do something amazing and you're going to fight for this, you have a big chance to make it." His run led him to the world's top 30 for the first time in his career, and he finished the year ranked number 24, almost 200 places higher than the previous year. 2013, ascent to number 14 and first Grand Slam semi-final. Janowicz began his season at the Heineken Open in Auckland, New Zealand, where he was seeded 5th. However, was knocked out in his opening match against American Brian Baker. He then competed for the first time in the main draw of the Australian Open, where he was the 24th seed, the first time he had been seeded at a Grand Slam tournament. He won his first 2 matches against Italian Simone Bolelli in straight sets, and Somdev Devarman of India, against whom he had to recover from a 2-set deficit to win in 5. In his third-round match, he lost to 10th seed Nicola S. Almagro in straight sets. He played the Indian Wells Masters, where he reached the third round and was eventually eliminated by Richard Gasquet. He then played at the Miami Masters, where he was seeded 21st, but lost his first match in the second round to Brazilian, Thomas Bilucki. At the Monte Carlo Masters, he again lost his first match in the first round to South African, Kevin Anderson. He continued to play at the Madrid Masters, where he won his first round match against Sam Querrey, but was eliminated in the second round by eventual semi-finalist, Tommaso Berdych. He then played at the Internazionale Biennale d'Italia, where he reached the quarter-finals with consecutive wins over 2 top 10 players, Richard Gasquet and Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. He lost to Roger Federer in the quarter-final. Federer said, "He obviously has a big game, unconventional shot selection at times, but really fun to watch. Euro unregistered trademark, they got to be careful." At the French Open, he reached the third round, where he was eliminated in 4 sets by Stanislas Wawrinka. At Wimbledon, he defeated Nicola S. Almagro for a spot in the round of 16 and Jar 1/4 Gen Meltzer for a spot in his first career Grand Slam quarter-final. He then beat fellow Pole Angstrom Urkazkibot in straight sets, becoming the first Polish man to reach a Grand Slam semi-final. There, he was beaten by world number 2 and eventual champion Andy Murray in 4 sets. He did not reach quarter-finals in his next few tournaments, falling to Fernando Verdasco by retirement in Hamburg Open and Rafael Nadal in tight 2 sets to eventual champion in Rogers Cup. Janowicz actually served for the first set. Next result was a straight set loss to James Blake in Cincinnati Open first round. Jerzy performed disappointingly in US Open, falling to world number 247 Maximo Gonzalez in straight sets, suffering from a back injury. His back injury caused him to withdraw from next few tournaments. He returned in October to reach quarter-final at Stockholm Open, where he lost to Ernest Skulbys in 3 sets, a player he had won within previous year's Wimbledon in a long 5-set match. Then he traveled to Valencia Open, reaching quarter-finals as well, where he lost to eventual runner-up David Ferrer. Janowicz's last tournament of the year was Paris Masters, where he made a breakthrough last year. He won his opening meeting with Santiago Giraldo, but did not defend points due to his loss to number 1 seed Rafael Nadal. Janowicz finished the season at number 21. 2014, struggles with form and out of top 50, Janowicz was to partner Anska Radwanska in Hopman Cup, the annual international mixed team tournament in Perth, Australia, but was unable to do so due to a foot injury. He was replaced in the draw by Davis Cup teammate Grzegorz Panfil. Janowicz started his season at Sydney International, where he was seeded number 2, but lost his first match in the second round to Alexander Dolgopolov. At the Australian Open he beat Jordan Thompson in the first round and Pablo Andujar in the second round before losing to Florian Mayer in the third round. After the match, Janowicz revealed Euro unregistered trademark D been managing an injury. Euro doctors in Poland advised him not to compete at the tournament due to a broken bone in his foot, which was diagnosed during the off-season. Janowicz continued at Open Sud de France in Montpellier, where he won his second-round match against Adrian Manarino, and quarter-final match against Edouard Roger Vasselin. He then lost the semi-final against Richard Gasquet in a tight match, 6-7, 6, 6-7, 4. At ABN AMRO World Tennis Tournament, in Rotterdam, Janowicz beat last year's finalist Julian Benneteau in the first round and Tommy Haas in the second round. He was defeated by Thomas Berdych in the quarter-final. Janowicz was due to play at Open 13 in Marseille, where he made it to last year's quarter-final, but withdrew from the event to recover from a case of sinusitis. Next, Janowicz played at BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, where he lost to Alejandro Falla in the second round. Similarly, he was defeated by Roberto Bautista Agut in the second round at Sony Open Tennis, ATP World Tour Masters 1000 in Miami. Additionally, he made an early exit at the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters, where he failed to make it past the first round, going down in straight sets against the French veteran Michael Laudrup. After early losses in Barcelona, Madrid, and Rome, Janowicz concentrated on getting ready for the French Open. At Roland Garros, Janowicz defeated Victor Estrella-Burgos and Jarko Niemann before losing to Jo-Wilfried Tsonga in the third round. Prior to Wimbledon, Janowicz played at Halle Open in Germany and at the Boodles Challenge in Buckinghamshire, England. At Wimbledon, he defeated Somdev Devarman and Leighton Hewitt before losing to Tommy Robredo in 5 sets. This third-round loss to Robredo would mean a loss of 610 ranking points, and a significant drop in ranking, bringing him down to world number 51. Following Wimbledon, Janowicz competed at the Swedish Open in Bastad, where he was forced to retire in the first round due to a left foot injury. Subsequently, he entered German Open Tennis Championships in Hamburg, where he was defeated by Alexander Dolgopolov in the second round. Janowicz began his US Open Series campaign at the Rogers Cup in Toronto, where he fell to Canadian wildcard Peter Polansky. At the 2014 Western and Southern Open in Cincinnati, he defeated qualifier Teimuraz Gabashvili in the first round and now is scheduled to meet Grigor Dimitrov in the second round. Davis Cup. In 2009, Janowicz played a major role in Poland's 3-2 Davis Cup win over Great Britain at Liverpool's Echo Arena. Janowicz defeated Daniel Evans but lost to world number 4 Andy Murray. In 2013, Jerzy Janowicz won the decisive fourth rubber for Poland with Slovenia to secure a Europe-Africa Zone Group I second-round tie against South Africa. Janowicz fended off early resistance to defeat Grigor Angstrom 1/2 EMLJA in straight sets at Centennial Hall in Reykjavik. Earlier, Janowicz won with Blaha 3/4 Kavaia, with the final tie result at 3-2 to Poland. Playing style. Janowicz is one of the fastest servers in game, hitting a first serve generally between 130 and 140 mph and often hitting a second serve from 115 to 120 mph. His ball toss is extremely high, even for a man who is 6'8", producing a high trajectory. Janowicz also moves remarkably well considering how big he is, and hits powerful ground strokes from the back of the court and has an excellent drop shot. He has a double-handed backhand, and is known to hit hard and constantly mix up his game by hitting numerous drop shots, slices and spins. Major finals, Masters 1000 finals, singles, 1, doubles, 1, ATP Career Finals, singles, 1, doubles, 1, Junior Grand Slam Finals, singles 0, ITF Junior Results, singles, 7, doubles, 1, Singles Performance Timeline, Key, 1 Tournament. Or reached final. Semi-final. Quarter-final. Round 4, 3, 2, 1. Competed at a round-robin stage. Lost in qualification round. Absent from tournament event. Played in a Davis Cup zonal group or playoff. Won a bronze, silver or gold medal at the Olympics. A downgraded Masters Series/1000 tournament. Or a tournament that was not held in a given year. To avoid confusion and double counting, these charts are updated either at the conclusion of a tournament, or when the player's participation in the tournament has ended. Current through 2014 Australian Open. Record against other top players, head-to-head versus top 10 ranked players, wins over top 10 players per season, notes. References. External links, official website, Jerzy Janowicz at the Association of Tennis Professionals.